everybody! It's me once again! It is The Beef! How are we all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome! How are we all doing? Happy Monday! It's a fresh new week! And with a fresh new week, we of course bring with ourselves a brand new case on Phoenix Wright for the, I believe it's the final case we're on now, of the third game in the trilogy, the final game of the trilogy. This is wild. When the hell did we start Phoenix Wright, chat? When did we start it? Months ago. Let me check the YouTube real quick and check the VODs. How long ago did we start Phoenix Wright? We started that a while ago. And now we're on the final game. No, the final case of the first game. That's insane to me. Let me check the older VODs chat. 5 months ago. We started Phoenix Wright 5 months ago. That is wild. Genuinely insane that we started Phoenix Wright 5 months ago. Also, Bestie, I see you. You're lurking. Thank you for the hydro. Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Craziness. I can't believe we're here. Like, it feels weird, like that, and it's like, you know, I'm glad I've got something lined up. Which, by the way, folks, let me tell you what we're doing after Phoenix Wright. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's a very interesting game. I do hope a lot of you are here to watch it because, oh my god, it's great. It's not the right slide. There we go. But no, it's no, it's great. It's great and it's crazy that we're now here. The final case of the third game of the trilogy. Madness. Genuinely madness. I can't even, like, and I know for a fact I'm probably, like, depending on when we finish or get close towards finishing the last bit of the case, like I'm gonna fucking, oh, I can't. We're here. Final case, final game of the trilogy, at least, before we, you know, maybe look at doing some more Phoenix Wright in the future, which I would like to do that, because as you can imagine, the series has grown on me. One second, chat. I do apologize. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. We're here. We are here. Final game. Oh, last game in this trilogy. Final case. It's crazy. I just can't keep repeating it. Because, like, this is different from when we finished other games, as you can imagine. Other games, it's a one and done kind of thing, right? We go in, we play it, we finish it, we're done. But this is like a full stack. This is a full deal. We did the first one, Justice for All. Was that one? Let me check. What was the first one? So the first one was just Ace Attorney. Then it was Justice for All. Then it was Trials and Tribulations. Like, yeah, it's fucking crazy. I'm looking forward to this so much, and I hope you all are as well. I hope you're all looking forward to this as well. 1 second, I've just been DM'd. Forgive me, chat. Well, your chat messages. Yeah, now. Shall we begin, chat? Shall we begin? Let me just make sure I've got the game capture set. There we go. There we go. Game capture's good. Right. Is everybody here who's ready? I will probably get some more people later on. Right. Let's begin. It's time. It's time, chat. It's time for Phoenix Wright. The girl. Let her go. Oh shit, okay. Pretty grainy, sepia-toned footage. Shut up, come closer, and I'll kill her. Okay. She looks familiar, but you're not going to get the chance. Interesting. Curious. Reading through the file of an old court case, this was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Interesting. Fugitive data. Terry Falls. Oof. Kidnapping, murder, death penalty. Fugitive movements. After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Okay. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. 6 years earlier, Mia Fey first trial. Are we doing more Mia Fey? Oh, chat. Oh, sorry, I'm getting DMs. Let's go. Fucking hell yes. Sorry, chat. DMs, I do apologize. My hoodie chat. Alright, messages. Do forgive me. Do forgive me. Nice. Right, shall we chat? Right. February the 16th. 9:24 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Wow. 073D. Are those scars? Ah, good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? Oh my god. That is our client, ladies and gentlemen. My god. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry. I told a little lie. My boy. Oh, sorry, not my boy. Oh, boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Christ, he's fucking feral, isn't he? Cool. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. Odd man. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. Interesting, okay. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive, it's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Hey up. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? Came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lions. Don't call her that. Don't call her that, please. Thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where is Mr. Grossberg? That old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough after all? It's me, Diego Armando. Mr. Armando, you look disturbingly similar to someone else we know. Disturbingly so. I didn't say. So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me. No, you've got it all wrong. Today you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax, I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation of a genius since beginning his new law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. God, stop calling her that. Sharpen those claws of yours, it's time to go. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. But when I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice... Childlike? Okay, I got the wrong end of the stick. I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Well, maybe he still has that much, like, grit in his voice. He just does speak like a child. February 16th, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 4. Ah, is that you, Mr. What the fuck is... Is that the judge? That can't be the judge. This was only 6 years ago. There's no way he would have changed from looking like that to how he is now, surely. Court is now in session for trial of Terry Falls. Hey, there's Armia. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. There's our boy. There's our little twunk. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? Then they say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet. Sorry, Jack. More DMs. Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Humph. Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how to feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. You got it, kitten. Stop calling her that. What are you, a Discord mod? Right. I can't get over how this dude looks, by the way. Is this the same judge? It can't be. This is literally just 6 years ago. He's got like a hell of a, like, you know, chin strap going on. No mustache. He even has hair on the top of his head, although it's kind of properly giving out. Like, he should probably just commit and go bald. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. Okay. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Pardon me? Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony? The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. Okay. Interesting. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is a well-known and powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly. The victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Ah, okay. Interesting. Ah, I see. Wait, hold on. Didn't you say detective earlier? So did she go from detective to fucking... police sergeant? It's a demotion, isn't it? The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Way to give the man a chance at trial, Your Honor. That's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Ugh. Watch yourself, Ms. Faye. I'm not sure if I care for your word choice or tone of voice. I mean, she's fair in this regard. You just decided to hand down a verdict rather than actually being a trial. That's, you know, illegal, I think, or unconstitutional, depending on where you are. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Hey, Gumshoe. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe. Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of this case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. Okay. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you. Gumshoe, lock in. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional, otherwise I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Irk. Okay, I got it. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran of the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir. I got you. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. Bridge, Eagle River, that section of the bridge is out. Car, 5 yards. Okay. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. Okay. I see. Bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I was some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia, hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake. Thank you, Twin, for the hydro, I see you. One little mistake, and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. Thank you for the hydro, Twin. Morning tea. Okay, so is this guy likes tea. If his similarities to a certain other person can be, what's the one I'm thinking of now? Deduced? No, what's what I'm thinking of now? Inferred, there we go. Inferred, then I think this guy likes tea. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and, one second, chat, my apologies once again. Cool, sweet. Yeah, on the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge and at the designated time and met Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Adds in 3 minutes. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Okay. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're going to make me spill my coffee. Okay, no, so that is coffee. Okay. I'm not trembling, it's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right, especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. Stop calling her that, bro. Come up with something else. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all night watching. She's as bad as Phoenix. Right. Didn't mean to screenshot that. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge with Mr. Falls, right. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, a top-secret memo that she left in her desk. The victim's note added to the court record. Nice. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up, never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's the detective's fault. He's the one who's that said unknown person. Don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Humph. Right, chap, we got ads coming up, so you all know the drill. Music on, and I'll see you in like 3 minutes. And we're back, folks. How are we all doing? 1 second. Bear with me, chat. Do apologize. Bear with me. Just sorting stuff out. Right, there we go. Hey, Tank, I see you. I'm hydrating with papal, fucking Christ. Christ, what's wrong with me? Pineapple, there we go. Hydrating with pineapple and raspberry cider. Interesting choice, Tank, very nice. Hello and welcome to the stream. Good to see you, Tank. Right. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time to meet with Mr. Falls, right. The bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there? Because it's a very important place to the defendant, that's why. I saw pear and honey cider. Oh, very nice, very delightful. What do you mean by that? If you remember 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. Pardon me. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. Also, how are you, Tank? Good to see you. How you doing, brother? Any updates? How you feeling? The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Ha! Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within an hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move, we've got you surrounded." I'm okay, Saul, but okay, just running around like an idiot. Still organising and looking after your stepmom, is it, Tank? Wait a second, is there something weird about that? Location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains, so how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? Ha! If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. Yeah, and honestly, it's driving me nuts. I bet it is. I bet it is, Tank, mate. If you're still doing care and whatnot after your mum, then like I can imagine it's quite stressful and grating somewhat. So, my sympathies to you, bro. She's been saying for a couple of days now she needs to get up and moving, etc. Then spends all day laid on the sofa asking me to do everything for her. Yeah, sounds about right. I hope she's recovering well. Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge, where white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia, tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Interesting. Interesting. She left a note on her desk about it. If only I had noticed it earlier, maybe she'd be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anybody. Criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Okay. Mr. Falls had a car then. Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? Why put her body in the trunk of his car? They were on a suspension bridge above a river where they said, like, people don't get, like, you know, bodies are rarely recovered. Why put her body in the car? Why not just dump it over the bridge? I was at the clinic this morning and she asked me to do a load of shit this morning. I had to skip half of it because transport turned up. Instead of her getting up and doing it, mainly getting her meds she ran out of in her box, she lay there and waited until I got home for me to get it for her. Bloody hell. That's annoying. Is her condition recovering at all, Tank? Like, is she getting better? Or is it kind of like staying in like generally the same? Because she's got like meds and shit, doesn't she? Like just mentioned there, so is she getting any better? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Okay. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Okay. She seems much better, which is what's infuriating me. Ah, yeah. So she's doing better and she's asking you to do a lot of shit for her. Gotcha. Yeah, that's annoying. That's very infuriating. My sympathies, brother. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Crime photo added to the court record. the victim. She was stabbed in the back, correct? Doing better, but just refuses to help herself. I see. That's very annoying. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? There's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? I do. She's meant to be wearing a scarf for identification, and yet... What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. Don't we just? That's all he says. Nothing? I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says... Sorry. I told a little lie. Or something like that. Okay. Well, in any case, he seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Yeah, let me just double check something. So that's the... Yep, okay, that's the fucking thing. Yep. Bridge, wear white scarf for identification. Yeah, that's a little problem there. Hold on. There we go. Yep. Witness. Ugh. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. What does he mean, too young? How old is she here? Does it not have her file? Okay, murder victim 23, he's 27. 20, 26. Like, yeah, like she's older than Edgeworth, and he's 20, so she's fucking way old enough to be drinking coffee. Come on, Mia, shake it off, you're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, ma'am. This photo. Gumshoe's 26. This is 6 years ago. So, yeah, this is 6 years ago. So this is back in the back in the past. Mia is 24 or 23 here. Thank you, Astro Dude, and good to see you, Astro. How are you? I thought he's what? He's like 36, something like that. He's something like that, Tank, because this is a flash. This is like a prologue thing, I guess. This is a flashback. Set 6 years ago. So hold on, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. There we go. He's 32. Gumshoe's 32. You said there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. He's my age. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's 32. The note? And looks like late 40s. I mean, he's a detective. He has a stressful job. That shit does things to people, you know? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, I didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? Sigh. I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for, is it this one, perchance? The struggle to fit this game on the original Game Boy Advanced cart, so there wasn't room for younger Gumshoe sprites. Fair enough. Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place, I know. Humph. That hot shot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding the scarf the whole time? The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Worn by the victim at the time of the incident found on Dusky Bridge. Okay. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Ms. Fay? Boy, I would like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done with the mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Ms. Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Furthermore, we will show exactly what occurred there. Sounds quite promising. Can't wait to hear all about it. Fuck you, Judge. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Fucking Edgeworth. Still a pain in the arse, even as a newbie. Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there was an eyewitness who was up there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. This photo was, oh yeah, I read that. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. Scarf? She's wearing a hat. Okay. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. I mean, did anybody see that? I'm looking at this photo. You really get the sense that the bridge is very high up. It's about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha, potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I mean, hold on, chat, 1 second. Oh, pardon me. Right. I mean, we have the photo, yes. But, like, if there's an eyewitness, we should hear what they have to say. You know? They took a picture and they saw stuff. You know? Like, their testimony would be useful. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Witness's photograph added to the court record. So as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on the bridge. Ah, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Motherfucker, are these judges incompetent? Not again, that's not fair. Yeah, like, we have a witness, they should testify as to what they saw. Just saying. Like, there's, like, additionally as well, while yes, he is in the picture, and so is she, that establishes nothing. We know they both went up there to meet at the bridge. That's already established. We have photographic evidence of it now, absolutely. But we still don't have any witness testimony as to what happened. What do you mean, Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place, okay? Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. A female college student. That's right, meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have to... Just that is good grief. But as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. There it is. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. Going to save as we do chat as we make our way. This photo was accidentally taken by the... To say this photo was accidentally taken, I don't buy that. I'm sorry, I don't buy that. To say that perfectly captures the pair of them seemingly standing on the bridge together, to call this accidental is laughable to me. The victim was wearing a scarf in that photo, alright? So about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of wild flowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Ms. Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now you mention it, this photo. This cloudy fog-like thing. Is it a ghost? I don't believe it. Get this judge out of here. Get him out. No, Your Honor, I don't think it's a ghost. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. Son of a bitch. Sorry, chat. But not as dreary as the mood that's in the courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in. Gumshoe, people are dead. Let's lock in, shall we? In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. What evidence do we have right now? Let me just double check stuff. So, stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Bridge stuff. Yep, that's all looking good. Falls, 4:30 p.m. That bridge, where identification. Tell the truth, must come out. Okay. Photo of the trunk. Yep. That's funny. The boot looks broken into. Which, to be fair, it's a stolen vehicle, so that makes sense. Like, I don't... Would it? No. If he stole the car, he'd have the keys, wouldn't he? So therefore, he'd be able to open the back. Something to note for later, perhaps? One victim at the time of the incident found on Dusky Bridge. It seems to be taken by the... Okay. Interesting. Criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he says brutal. I wonder if he's Canadian. He is, he said hoser. Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? That must have been when the scarf fell off. Okay. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am. The area was wet from rain, the bridge was probably wet too, which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about a surprise, I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do? You really still believe him, Mr. Crybaby, I mean? Of course I do. So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Eyewitness, it took place. God, sorry, chat, son of a bitch. Drilling around the day, unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Since 5 years, get request to be 2 days ago. Victim witness against 5 years ago. Okay. Homicide detective in charge of the initial observations, still into his position, right. Criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Okay, so we can't see a knife and we can't see anything, which is okay. Must have been when the scarf fell off. Accidentally taken. Wearing a scarf. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately it's a little hard to see what's going on. This is photo, scarf on the victim, photo of the trunk, stab with a knife, client, What's the contradiction here? There's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. Photo was accidentally taken by the witness, it shows the Vic wearing a scarf. Drizzling that day, unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Is it, though? Right, it's not that. Drizzling that day, and the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Okay. Oh god, sorry chat. Pardon me. That must have been when the scarf. So when the scarf fell off. Anyway, the criminal stabbed in the back. Drizzling that day, unfortunately it's a little hard to see what's going on. Photo of the witness showed the victim in a scarf, yes. Saw the incident took place. Okay. Yeah, so that's still the same. Just wearing the scarf. God, sorry chat. Why am I yawning so much? I've not done that much today. Stabbed with a knife in the back, died from blood loss, between 4 and 5 PM. But it's a little hard to see what's going on. Found on Dusky Bridge. Photo of the car. It's the bridge. 5 yards in length. Okay, interesting. Good to know for later. What's the contradiction here? So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim. That's what the witness said. So she didn't remember about the scarf. It was a pretty violent fight. Which explains why the scarf's covered in mud. What could it be, chat? Hold on. I think I know what it is. Oh god, it's Malk. Hi Malk, good to see you again. So thirsty, so tired, so hot. Would it cheer you up, Malk, if I showed you Gumshoe? Younger Gumshoe, 26-year-old Gumshoe even. We're in flashback land, baby! We've got ourselves a nice, firm 26-year-old Gumshoe for the eyes. No, darn. Well, it's good to see you, Malk. Aside from being thirsty, tired, and hot, how are you doing? There's nothing to be happy about? My sympathies. I mean, there is something to be happy about. You're here, so, you know, that's good. Right, bear with me, chat. I'm gonna have to pull up the old doodah, whatchamacallit. Bear with the beef. There we go. Walk through. I'm gonna try again, chat. Before I do anything else, I want to try it one more time. Second. Right. Seeing you is good too. I'm exhausted. Oh, my sympathies. Stop at the back. Sup, Senor Fuckboy. Hello, Val. It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. My sympathies, you're exhausted, Malk. Like, you be sure to hydrate and rest up. Yeah, that's got nothing there. Photo of the trunk. Right. You know what? I'm gonna try that. Bear with me a second. Mr. Pinot, right. Yes, exactly. What about if we do the crime photo? Let's see if that does anything for us. It does. Okay, let's see where this goes. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. She's so cunty, chat. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Okay. Well, by all means. More like my Pinot right in her pussy, the edge was worth it. Oh my god, hello to you, Val. Good grief. Was not expecting that. Alright, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What about this photo? Doesn't... what about this photo? Doesn't fit. Well, if it's fucking meant to be pissing good enough, Val. If it's meant to be pissing down and raining, the only thing I can just really guess is the fucking coat. Like, the coat doesn't look like it's been rained on. The lock was broken. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. There we go, more progress. Good one, Beef. Thank you, Val. Appreciated. That's exactly right. The other day I fell in a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. I hated this case. Interesting, because this is the last one. I like this new judge, though. Oh, yeah, he's Canadian. I'm not sure how to feel about him, though. By default, I don't like him. Yeah, this is, by the way, to anyone who just came in, so Malk and Val and such, like, this is the final case of the third game, which is obviously the end of the trilogy so far. Better than the previous so far. It's not. The game has 5. It does? What? Trials and Tribulations has 5? Hold on. I thought this was the last one. Pause for a beef. Hold on. Turnabout Memories. The Stolen Turnabout. Oh, yeah, it's Trials and Tribulations. Hold on. Turnabout Memories, Stolen Turnabout, Recipe for Turnabout, Turnabout Beginnings, Bridge to Turnabout. Yeah, so this is the prologue to the last one. Hated this judge. The only thing that's worth is Edgeworth and Gumshoe. This is not the end case. No, but this is like the prologue to it. Like, this is the warm-up. Like, this is part of the last one, because I can see the walkthrough here. This is Turnabout Beginnings, and then the next one is Bridge to the Turnabout. So, like, this is the prologue. Mia is okay too. Well, I like Mia. We stand Mia here, thank you very much. It's a shame we don't get more of her. But yeah, like, this is part of the last case. This is just the prologue. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, not muddy. Okay, but her coat doesn't look wet either. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? Yes, the scarf. The surface of the bridge, huh? Ha! A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like that. Neither would a real woman. Pop off, Queen. We love it. Of course I can. Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. Got him. The evidence is this scarf. Ah, it should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Check yourself, Edgeworth. Check yourself. All right? We support you for the toxic yaoi that you bring to Phoenix Wright, but watch yourself. Don't be out here calling beloved Mia a bimbo, okay? She's not that. We have nothing against bimbos here, but she's not that. Edgeworth, kill yourself. Fucking Edgeworth really decided to be the misogynistic gay, didn't he? Goddamn. Hey, same to you, buddy. Edgeworth, stop. Yeah, the motherfucker really decided to pull up and be the misogynistic gay, didn't he? Christ. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. Oh, here he goes. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. Go jump off her edge, it'll be worth it. You're really banging these ones out, aren't you, Belle? However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright, it's not like he's really giving me a choice here. This is just his evil twink era. The jacket says a lot. The jacket says a lot about that. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Stop calling her that, Armando. Rein yourself in, Hispanic boy. Mr. Armando. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. Kill evil twinks! Listen, let's give Malk the chance to fix evil Gumshoe. You never know what might happen. Like, we still need Edgeworth to bear Malk's children, you know? Like Malk still needs Edgeworth to carry his child. Like, come on now. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk. Not all twinks are bad kind of evil. The witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim. Exactly, thank you, Beef. Yeah, I got you. I remember this shit. I remember that you want Edgeworth to carry your child. I remember this. You was saying that shit all the way back into, like, what, the first game? I remember this, Malk. I got you, brother. The witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. All twinks are inherently evil. Mad. That's mad, you know. That's the jacket framed on his office wall in Rise from the Ashes. Ah, interesting. For some, that's okay. Listen, like, if we just get Edgeworth Empreg, he'll turn himself around and stop being evil. That's how I think it'll happen. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence. It's one of those three. What you just said now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. I'll let you all test that theory. No, he'd just be evil and pregnant, but that's the point, Loki. Crack on, Malk. You do you, gamer. You do you. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes, the false evidence in this case is... So we have the witness's photo, body in the trunk, or the witness's testimony. Right. Let's think this through, shall we? First of all, let's look at the... what is it? So, the body in the trunk. Let's look at the body in the trunk. Where is it now? I'm going to be honest, I don't think that's false. I don't think that's false evidence. I don't. So I'm going to scratch that one off the bat. The witness's photo. This one I think is dodgy, and I will show you why. Now, if anybody can correct me, let me know. Tell me. But here's why I think this is like flimsy evidence. Right, look at the photo, right? Look at the angle, right? Look at this shit, right? Now then, here's a photo of the bridge, okay? Think about where they were standing. There was a cliff face as well. There was a cliff face as well where they were standing on the bridge. Now, explain to me where in heaven's name the photographer could have been standing to take the photo. Like that close. There was a cliff face as well. And, you know, like, let's just pull it up again. So we've got a cliff face here. Here's the bridge and everything. Where could they have been taking this photo from? I don't see a cliff face here that is parallel or above the bridge. South of the outcropping here? This section here. That can't be true, Astro. Look how far out this shit is poking, right? Look how far out this is poking. And additionally as well, where they were standing... So let's say they're standing here, right? Let's say they're standing here to get the photo. Look how far out this is going. And additionally as well, like, further south? What, down here? All the way down here. Somewhere in this kind of region? Impossible. It can't be. I refuse. They must have had a really good fucking camera to get the zoom in that close on that shit. It can't be. How far south would they have had to stand in order to get that photo? That shit here? Cameras have zoom. Yeah, I know they got zoom, but how far would that zoom had to have gone? I don't think I buy that. I think the geography and the angle of the camera makes it flimsy. I'm not going to say false, because y'all could absolutely be right, and my thoughts on this wrong. 3D perspective, wouldn't that hill be in the way? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Malk. Like this shit here would have been in the way. It reads as flimsy to me. 25 yard zoom isn't crazy. True. Again, it just doesn't read to me. We got a cliff face here. The angle. It reads to me as flimsy. But I could be wrong, as we know. It's either going to be the photo or the testimony. Now, I will... You also have to account for where on the bridge the people were standing. Yeah, they've got to be, like, standing somewhere in the middle, right? Like, hold on. So, hold on. Cliff face here. So, like, what, somewhere here? Somewhere, like, the middle-ish? Because there's nothing back there. That's closer to the land. So, what, somewhere here? We do see a section of wire in the back of the photo going that way. So it could be somewhere here. I will go on the side of safety. And I will say testimony for now, though. We'll go on the side of safety and say testimony. Because I think, like I said, I think the photo is flimsy. But I'm not, like, saying 100% false. I think it's safer and probably more real. More realistic? No, not realistic. More likely that the testimony is false. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was truly a decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place. True, yeah. That's a very good point as well. If Edgeworth had a dead eyewitness, he would have brought them in. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. Sigh, you should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Here we go. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. There we go, I can read, I swear. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Also, Val, Astro, well done. Well done. I doubted the photo. I thought it was flimsy. Well done, you all made the right call. Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Let's have a look at this witness chat. Witness, what is your name and occupation? You. It's fucking you again. This bitch from the start has returned, chat. This motherfucker. This is where Mia met her. No wonder these two knew each other in the in that other flashback case at the at the very start. This is where Mia encounters her. She's a witness for this case, which means this is where Armando gets poisoned. This is where Ace Attorney gets weird again. Fantastic. I'll keep that in mind, Malk. Yeah, this is where Armando gets poisoned then. Because if I remember rightly, on that first case, that flashback, where she's a witness here, the same day that this shit happens, Armando gets poisoned by that motherfucker. And then that goes, that goes unsolved for ages until eventually Mia appears in court again with Phoenix as her client. This is where they first meet. This motherfucking... Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh. Well, When I look at you, how can I put it? It's this fucking woman again. Armando was poisoned 6 months after this. Thank you, Astro Dude. My wires got crossed and my timeline got fucked up because this is fucking her. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double and a dozen donut holes. Thanks, Your Honor, we needed that. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Case 1's police report said it was August 27th. Ah, thank you, Astro. What do you got? You got the shit memorized, Astro, or you got a fucking file up? Like you holding the case file in your hands? Like, goddamn, brother. Golly. Hey, not so fast. Sigh. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. Sure, she is, sure. And I am the king of Siam. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. I will exercise much care when I throw her a right hook. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man. He's such a gentleman. I'm sure he doesn't act. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir. Yes, my dear. This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. And putty in her hand, son of a bitch. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. Was that her name last time? She's a kid here, so you can't beat her up freely yet. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the subject regarding another... Ah, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Astro. Yeah, you've got the fucking case file in your fucking hands right now. You got like a folder and shit. You got a file. Like, god damn. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? How could you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Oh my god, can you people get a grip? It's just a photograph, it's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Uh-oh, I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. I see. So you are... Now then, young lady, can you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Who's letting these butterflies in? There we go. So she's 19. There we go. I think she's barely beating up age now. Go toss her. Yeah, who's letting the fucking butterflies in again? It's happened the last time she was here. Well, in the future from this, but still, yeah. What, is she covering herself with pheromones? Like, what the fuck? I'm using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Again. Oh, goddamn, chat, sorry about that. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. I also wondered who was letting in the bugs. Yeah, thank you, Mel. Yeah, like someone's just letting in fucking butterflies and shit. Unless she's bringing them with her in a jar. Suddenly they just started fighting, and that's when I hurried and I took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that I called the police. Okay. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right over here. Okay. Huh? What was that angle more like? Hold on. So it's like the angle of the thing. So hold on there. So that's sloping, so she'd probably pass by that. No. Standing over here. Standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. Okay. So you took the photo from that location. I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me. What a cute camera, just like its owner. Lock in, Your Honor. Not the fucking time. Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this, a small but powerful model. Alright then, Miss Fate. Time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Fuck you. The witness's photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wild flowers. Okay, I can believe that. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Okay. Started fighting, eh? Do you have any idea who, do you have any idea what they were fighting about? Oh my god. Oh god, sorry chat, fucking hell. Definitely need to get to bed, earlier again. No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. Here we go. What's she gonna say? I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Stop backing up the witness, Your Honor. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. Crucial moment of what? A fight? There's no crucial moment. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Sounds like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So you want to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was use my camera, so I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. But there's no crucial moment. Like, all we have is just the pair of them standing on a bridge. The crucial moment would be evidence of them actually fighting or something, right? Or like of her getting murdered. This isn't a crucial moment. This is two people standing on a bridge that was like, you know, prearranged. There's nothing crucial about it, chat. You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try and escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? Oh my god! Fucking hell, it just won't leave me, chat. It just won't leave me. Won't let me live. Good god. I'm definitely getting my fucking head down after stream tonight. Jesus wept. If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You're gonna have to come up with something really good, Mia. Let's take a look at some of her other bits. Did you say wildflowers? Ah, second check. Come in. Come on. There's my boy. Hi. There we go. You know who is here, chat. Hey, come up for you a bit. How you doing? Hi, special boy. Hi, special boy. How are you? Oh, big stretch. Adds in 1 minute, chat. Sashiman is here. Yeah. Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers, but it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. Oh, I know. If you just shove the mic out your way, it's fine, buddy. I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Then I noticed there were two people standing on a suspension bridge. Good boy. Who's a scrungly boy? Who's such a man? Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know who I am. Ah, hold on, chat. It's time for the ad break. So you know what that means. There you go. Have fun. And we're back, everybody. Thank you so much for putting up with the ads. Once again, I'm going to overthink. I did, yes. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for putting up with the ads. You're all wonderful. Right. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there, so I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight, too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. Bro. Your Honor, get a grip of yourself, man. Smell the maple syrup, would you, bro? Go to Tim Hortons and get a coffee and come back like when you're proper. You know what I mean? Like, like, bro, lock in, please. Good lord. Are you comfy there, says you mean? Says she's on the floor. Too much info, Your Honor. No, we're all peeping Toms, I swear. I didn't fucking... Don't look at me, motherfucker. I'm not saying that shit at all. You said that shit. Who's we? You speaking French Canadian? I hate the judges in this game. Hate them. Oh, what are you doing, buddy? I'll see you later, sissy man. Bye-bye. Hell yes. He's such a cutie. Right. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as... Yeah, I'll give her this, right? I'll give her this. If you are out taking photos of wildflowers and you look at a bridge and see someone who's clearly a fucking prisoner, like, you'd immediately fix eyes and just be like, what the fuck's going on here? You know? You wouldn't just be like, oh, look at that, someone's wearing their pajamas. Like, no, you'd be like, that's a fucking prisoner getup. He's got a ball and chain. Bro looks like he stepped straight out of a Tex Avery gag. Like... Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Suddenly, they just started fighting. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No idea, why do you ask? Oh, it's just that I thought maybe you'd overheard what they said. Yeah, we covered this, yeah. Okay. Got more class than that. So she didn't overhear what they said. Horton took a photo and called the police. Right. Okay, let's think about her evidence and what she said. So she didn't overhear what they said. She saw them start fighting. And she took a picture of the, quote, crucial moment. Okay. Shows the crucial moment. Where did she call the police from? Hold on. Car thing over there. I'm gonna check something real quick, chat. She probably has like a mobile phone on her, but still, I would just want to check. Yeah, it's not that. That's when I heard and took a photo that shows the crucial moment. So they started fighting. Okay. Okay, it's not that. Horton took a photo of the crucial moment. Photo, small powerful model. There we go. Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. Exactly. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo we presented was the only one there was. So there's no actual photographic evidence of a quote-unquote crucial moment of them fighting. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Go! I think the judge has finally woken up again after thinking about peeping Tom people fighting, you know? My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. Certain amount? That's certainly downplaying a situation. Yeah, well done, Mia, yeah. Fucking bastard. I'm sorry, I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up, the film, I mean. You ran out of film? This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself playing among wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Hey, hello, Professor Layton. Good to see you. It's like a crossover chat. Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself. I remember taking some photos of myself once. Please, no details. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait, just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Is he fucking... He's not. He's no poet. What was he taking pictures of? Yeah, like... of himself doing something, I guess. I don't know. Maybe playing hockey. He is Canadian. I don't know. Very well then. Let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Ha! It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Would you stop referring to women as kitten, please? You freak. Yeah, it's sickening. Hey, Professor Layton redeemed a pronoun check. Hell yeah. I am he, him. But everybody else who's present, please do a pronoun check. It has been redeemed. But yeah, he, him. Just a regular, you know, dude. Like... She... Oh, shit! My bad, dog! Professor Layton, she, her, say last gamer, holy shit. My apologies for any assumptions then, Layton. Goddamn. Hell yeah. Welcome to the stream. God damn. To be fair, that's not the first mistake I've made, is it? I do recall I do recall thinking FR instead of reasonably being for real was fucking French, you know? I do recall that particular incident of thinking you were Professor Layton French. I don't know why out of the two possibilities I went with that over for real. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, no idea why out of the plausible options, instead of going with for real, I went with French and shit. Like, I've not a clue. Like, I am Gooba. Forgive Himbo Brain. I'm using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Notice the two people on the bridge were staying a suspension bridge. Okay, suddenly they started fighting. Okay. Do you have any idea what they're fighting about? No idea. Yeah, so that's the doodah again. Yep, eavesdropping. Okay. Victim turned around and tried to run away. Ah, here we go. The victim turned around and tried to run away. Her hair looks like blood. It do, kind of, yeah. She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. Right. I'm gonna press both of those, but I think I already know what the fuck the deal is there. The victim. Why do you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal. This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Quaggy? Why you? What the fuck does quaggy mean? Hold on. I gotta check this shit out, chat. 1 second. What the fuck does that mean? Quaggy. Adjacent, oh sorry, not adjacent, is an adjective that describes land, soil, or surfaces that are soft, wet, and spongy like a marsh or quagmire. Also describes a soft, flabby texture on a person or thing, such as yielding flesh. Oh, great. Thanks, Edgeworth. That's fucking polite of you. Real polite, Edgeworth. If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. There's still something wrong with his testimony. We will get there. She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. So you're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? True, because the other half of the bridge was out. It's a narrow bridge and it was swaying back and forth. If you're asking me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her. That seems to make sense. I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off, and I know exactly what it is. Does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why. If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in this girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. That guy has the that girl has the Jodron finger. Yep. Yeah, I think I know what the problem here is. Well, first we're going to save, as we do, chat, as we do. And then we're going to look at the map of the bridge. Because he says she got about 10 yards away from the fucker, right? 5-yard stick. Like, but also, most importantly, he was standing on the side of the bridge facing the car and the land here. She was standing on this side. The other side of the bridge is out. She couldn't have turned around and tried to run away in that direction because the bridge isn't fucking there. It leads into a fucking drop. She essentially would have been running to, at best, try and clear the gap, and at worst, dive into the river. You know, the river where bodies are, you know, rarely recovered. Which, by the way, still makes this suspicious, because why in God's flaming fuck would you murder someone and then dump them in your car when there's a fucking river below you that is known and infamous, actually, to be able to rarely recover bodies in it? Like, why would you do that? You could argue maybe playing super safe, but still, like, if you're gonna kill someone and a particularly infamous lack of body recovery river is below you, just fucking toss them in. It doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Witness, your testimony is a joke. Quite so, quite so. But Ms. Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. I'll fucking do it again. One short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions? It's simple. Take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5, because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Where? What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. And that's all there is to it. She's panicking. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court. Second. Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Right, what have you got for us, Edgy? Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. I will shoot this man in the court. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying, I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when presented the evidence. You're fucking kidding me. This guy is good. What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. That coward. Well, Miss Fey, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. Eat my dick. I'm so sorry, I should have been more careful myself. No, it wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry, just tell us what you saw. I hate the judges in this game, chat. I wish them nothing but pain. Running from the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. He then carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could be sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Raging river below them. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir, I'm still shaken up. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh well, maybe I'll stop off at my favourite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte there. This trial isn't over yet. That's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Fey, your cross-examination if you please. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. Yeah, we're just gonna rush it. For soda, suppose there's no way hidden. Right, so just going. Yeah. Fucking could have just tossed her over the bridge. A killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take a look at the area and you'll see how. Literally couldn't fucking miss it. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur in that same spot above Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Fey. Fucking, she's making her point, brother. But I admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body in the river. There's only, like, to not throw that body in Eagle River. Either you physically would have had to have been incapable of like, getting the body over the ropes, which let me just check some shit, by the way. Yeah. You'd have to be physically incapable of getting the body over the ropes, or maybe, like, incapable of maneuvering the body in this bottom rung here. The only way, like, you could maybe do it is, like, maybe dragging the body from here to the car. Maybe. But even then, her body would have to be a fucking mess by the end of that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Fey would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. Yeah, but it's what the killer did that's odd, you fucking slungoid. Like, yeah, this is what the killer supposedly did, but it raises questions about the fact that a man who is, like, what, 7 feet tall? And clearly jacked, didn't think to just, like, toss the body over the bridge. Like, yeah, this is how he did it, but how he did it is fucking odd. It's like what Mia said. Like, if there were 10 murders that occurred in that incident, pretty much all of them, if not all of them, would have the sense that God gave them to fucking just toss the body into the river that is infamous for bodies not being discovered. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. True, but again, still. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit at all. I fucking hate these people, chat. I hate them. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. The body was found in the trunk of the car. Yes, Edgeworth, but don't you think it's weird that a man the size of a mountain didn't think to just chuck the body into the river, you fucking moron? Why would he do? Why would he possibly? What motivation could he have, right? What motivation could he have to put the body in the trunk of the car after murdering her instead of just tossing her in the river? What motivation could he have? And it has to be a fucking good one. That's certainly consistent with what the witnesses told us. Yeah, it is, but again, it's fucking nonsense. Go on with your testimony. All you have to do is tell us what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Alright, I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. He then carried her over to the car. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. So I'll talk about what I saw. What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. To call the police. And that's when you call the police. Why would he need to break into the boot of the car if he stole it and had the keys, right? Because surely the keys would be in the ignition. Why would he need to break into the boot of the car? Like, surely he'd just take the keys for the car, open the trunk, whack them inside, and there you go. Why would he need to break open the trunk or the boot of the car when he had the keys for it? It don't make sense. Bridge, confidential photo of the car. While the victim found the incident, seems to have taken value. Great. So I need to find a contradiction here. Yippee. Killer rocked into the car. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why would he need to break into the boot of the car when he had the keys for the fucking thing? Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall. Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude. Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. Okay. Well, one step too slow. And then what did the defendant do after that? Carried over to the car, okay. You personally saw that? Yes, did anything strange happen when he did that? I don't know if you'd call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off. Okay. Words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. Why? Hold on a second. 1 second. Hold on. Pause. Is he not carrying a ball and chain there? How could he then, how could he be carrying her and that? That's my next bit of conjecture, I think. Oh, you're kidding me, game. Really? That's not contradiction. He carried her in her arms, whilst holding a fucking 1,000-pound ball in his hand? Are you fucking insane? Onto the trunk. Stabbed with a knife, died from blood loss. That says to 5 years, escape from Diego, police officer, key witness the case against Falls. Okay. Diego, okay, yeah, Diego, man, okay. Right. Oh. Poodoo. 1 second. You personally witnessed that. Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Don't you call it strange, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off, okay? Killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. What did the man do then? Naturally, he got into the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. Okay. 100% certain. Right. There we go. That's the one. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it. You've done it this time. Hmm? Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean, even if you try to see the car? This outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Not where I would have gone with that. Quite frankly, I feel like I would have gone with the thing I... Which I know is obviously very biased, but still hear me out, chat. I feel like the thing I very much would have gone with is the fact that she says, like, he picked her up and carried her to the car, which, you know, A, she can't see that anyway. Fair. But also, again, he's carrying a ball and chain, chat. Can you imagine trying to, like, carry her corpse, her dead weight, to the car whilst dragging your ball and chain behind you? It would take you fucking ages. The police would have been there by the time he made it to the fucking car. It's in... No, I'm sorry. Between the two bits of evidence that we could have had, the one that's obviously being presented now and my idea, as biased as it may sound, I'm going with my fucking idea. Like, fucking... No. He'd have been dragging a ball and chain behind him, for God's sake. It's insane. This outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Yeah, there we go. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not possibly have seen the killer's car. I will also say again, chat, why the fuck would he need to break into a car he stole where the keys would have been in the ignition? Go. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe that it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Yep. Your own photo tells the whole story. It does, yep. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ah. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but you still claim to have been able to see the killer's car. We got her ass now, chat. Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Fucking hell, pulling out the old words, Your Honor. Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset, but we didn't know if she saw the news, Edgeworth. She was in the fucking mountains taking pictures of the flowers. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. That's fucking speculation. That is, in fact, speculation. That's something you can call out. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only what she saw with her own eyes. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Here we go, chat. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Yep, come on, Edgeworth. Miss Faye. No one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. I hate the judges game. I hate the judges game. I hate the judges in this game. There we go. Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando? Go. Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember. The other kitten's testimony. Stop calling them all kitten. It's weird. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? There we go. You're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. Yeah, certainly damage there, it's true. Those certainly look like the scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said. Is there a contradiction in there somewhere? Again, I don't buy that someone with a stolen car who successfully drove it all the way there doesn't have the keys. He'd have the keys. He'd be able to open up the boot of the car. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? There we go. Finally, I finally got her. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. I'm going to save chat. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was she happened to be passing by. She put the corpse in herself. She's the owner of the car. Ooh, choices, choices, choices. Ooh, dear. Part of the trunk. Well, I've already saved, so you know what? We'll say she put the corpse in. Fuck it. See what happens. I've saved. I can always reload it. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? It's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would simply have used the car key. There we go. He had... Yep. Fucking called it, chat. Fucking called it. He would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Called it, thank you. Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. Preposterous to even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred, and we already know that at the time she was taking photographs. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing? On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is that the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. She said it herself has a time function. Let's take another look at this camera feature and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. Mm-hmm. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fay? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? This is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make it clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. We're going to do our usual thing, chat. We're going to save scum. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Let's think about this, chat. So her camera was set up here, taking the pictures. They were there having a conversation. So where could she have been? She needed to have been hiding somewhere. Pardon me, chat. Oh, good grief. Good gravy. Oh, my word. Oh, dear. Right. Good gravy, sorry, chat. Right, where was she hiding? In the bushes, maybe? Watching everything happen, and then when he left her something, like she struck. Let's say like the bushes for now and see what happens. I've already saved, so the witness was standing right here. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, if he's going to Edgeworth, then that's not what it is. Before pointing out where the witness was standing, Miss Fay should do something herself. She should figure out where she stands, if you catch my drift. Okay, so not there. There was an excellent opportunity for growth. Now try better next time. Right, so where was she standing, chat? Where was she standing? So she's got the camera set up. Let's think. She's got the camera set up. She's taking a photo of Valerie and Falls. But where could she be hiding then? Is the question. Why, if it's Valerie and Falls on the bridge, why set up a tripod camera with a timer when she could have just taken the picture herself? Unless she needed to be somewhere else while the camera was taking a picture. Question is where? Hiding in wait somewhere whilst waiting for the killer? Well, not the killer. Whilst waiting for something to happen? Not hiding in the car. Not hiding in the bushes. Not hiding over here. It's way too far away for anything. Not hiding on that side there. because she can't get over. Not hiding up there. Because while that would certainly give her a height advantage to see stuff, she'd have to make her way down, and that would be a fucking difficulty. Hmm. Hmm. Not over there or anywhere here. It's too far, and she may as well be taking the picture herself at that point. Not over here, because she can't cross the bridge to put the body in the trunk. It's been explained it's not here. So where the fuck was she? On the bridge? But where could she be if she was on the bridge? Because on the bridge it was Valerie and what do you call it? Falls. So where the fuck could she be? Mm-hmm. Not there, not there, not there. She had to be somewhere on the bridge. Had to be. She had to be on the bridge somewhere. But if she was on the bridge, then Valerie would have seen her. Our boy would have seen her. Camera set up there on a timer. Let's take a picture of something set up. It was set up. It's a setup. It's a setup, chat. It's a setup. It is a setup. That's what it is. Think about it. Like, the camera was set up here, right? So the camera set up here with a timer. Why? So she could be somewhere else. But, you know, like she could be over here. It's too far away, and there's a fucking crossing there that she can't cross because there's a fucking hole in the bridge. She can't be over here on this side of things because she may as well be taking the picture herself. She can't be up here because while it would give her a height advantage on bird's eye view, she'd have to make her way down the fucking like cliff thing. And we've already established she's not here because, you know, we tried that. She's not in the car hiding or anything, so she could only be on the bridge. But if she set the camera up to take a picture of her, then yeah, of her, it's a setup. Like, the Valerie wasn't on the bridge. I hope I'm right. Naturally, the witness is right here, but that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Miss Fay, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. Okay. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine. Of course, Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. Sure, he's been in the pen. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You're just making things up as you go along. Where's your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. to save. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Stand in the back. Confidential. Falls. 4:30 p.m. That bridge. Wear a white scarf for identification. Yeah, wearing a white scarf to prove it's her. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? There we go, there's the no. We've got him now. Oh, she fainted. I think she fainted. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. Let's go, chat. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Go. Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well, this court is in recess. Hell yes. To be continued. Gonna save there. A very excellent start, chat. February the 16th, 1:14 p.m. at District Court Defendant Lobby number 4. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I want to say thanks, you're real good, you really hooked me up. Thanks, we're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime... Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we've got to get past. Obstacle? Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Information, right. What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case by... hold on. That kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. In that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. Let's see where this goes. Chat. This picture, it reminds me of everything. Bridge looks the same just like then, 5 years ago. Like it couldn't fall apart, like it could fall apart any minute. So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. It true, I did. I did kidnap her 5 years ago. I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Your girlfriend? Hey, hold on there. Did you just say Hawthorne? The victim's last name? Dahlia Hawthorne, Valerie's little sister. What? Are you serious? This just took a turn, chat. The girl, let her go. Come closer and I'll kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Interesting. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. Okay. At first I thought shooting someone for kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it. Wrong. Not protect her sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betray us. What do you mean betrayed you? Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping too. A make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas. I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too. Interesting. She was in on it. Dahlia's family rich, jewelry business. We get one jewel, that's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note we send to her dad. Ask for $2 million diamond, tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective. This man's missing a few forks in his kitchen, Chad, I think. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright? In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman... That woman, Valerie, she do it for real. She shoot me for real, me and Dahlia. Okay. I was shot in arm, Dahlia. She jump in river. Ah, okay. Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it, I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out, wake up with police all over. And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. Interesting. Sorry, chap. That man, Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. This has taken a very serious turn. I was not expecting this, I must say. These 5 years, all I wonder is why. Why did she lie? That's all I wanted to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forgot what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her, just ask why. He's a bit of a, for lack of a better term, a simpleton, this man. You can tell by his manner of speech, like... Just wanted to hear answer come from her mouth, that's all. So that's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, zebra boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? I don't know. You don't know? No, really, I don't know. It's gone, with Dahlia. Oh, was it on her body when she jumped? That day, on the bridge, Dahlia put in backpack. Oh, yeah, there we go. Now gone with Dahlia. Gone forever. Into Eagle River. Ad break in 1 minute, chat. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now, we're ready to go. Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing, along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Never found her, my sweet Dahlia. They never found her. Swallowed by river, gone, Dahlia, my teen angel. Your teen angel? How old was she anyway? Just 14. 14? Guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds, yes, quite. She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 million. Oh man, the angels these days. Falls takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel? Is she really It's time, kitten. Looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. You bet. $2 million gem used as ransom for Dahlia lost to Eagle River 5 years ago. The training wheels come off now, Mia. You've got to strike while the iron is hot, and that'll have to wait till after the ads chat. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's crack on. That's one of my rules, remember it. What time is it? It is 11:33, cool. So we've got half an hour left for Phoenix Wright chat. For 16th, 1:49 PM, District Court, room number 4. Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Falls. Witness, are you feeling better? Destroy her. Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best. You're a brave young lady. Not this again. I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try and pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's just an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime, that's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive? Yes, of course. I think. Ha! You're still acting as tame as a kitten. Kitten, stop saying that, brother. Thank you for the hydro, twin. Mr. Armando. Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Ah, that's where she picked it up from, is it? Go. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted into knots is the mark of a pro. Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me, may I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course, Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why. I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. It looks like this witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights up right up. She lights right up. There we go. Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say. There we go, chat. Brace yourselves. Her history. I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never been to Eagle Mountain before, and I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago, or kidnapping a poor girl, I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Interesting. Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile. You bet. Somehow I have to tie her to this case. Her history, here we go, chat! Right. Dahlia Hawthorne deceased. Valerie's younger sis, victim of the kidnap murder, fell from the bridge nobody found. Okay. 5 years ago, she was 14, so let's do some quick maths, chat. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So the age lines up. So in the country until the year before last, okay. So what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad, but my parents were killed. It was a brutal civil war. She had to try and make her way back home alone. I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. Interesting. What kind of sub-story is this? What do I do? Should I press her for details? Yes. Well, to answer my question, I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in? Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether the witness has a connection to this case. I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never be known... Well, that's why I could never have known Mr. Falls or the Detective Hawthorne. Yes, and I think we've established that point. Indeed. Well then, shall we add what you've just stated to the official testimony? Yes, please. Okay. Didn't know the victim of the defendant, okay. You didn't know either person, are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people. Oh well, that can't be helped. Why is he just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth? The first time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct? Yes, it was really a coincidence. Okay. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. Okay. Pressure on this. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors, picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing. You don't look like much of a hiker to me, but you do look like a digger of sorts. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here, and no trains run through here. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went there once with the college hiking club. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. Didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college? The prosecution objects to any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is she is a material witness to the crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent. Thank you, you've really gone too far. Miss Faye, you're treading on thin ice here. I hardly said anything. Talk about sensitive. So they don't have a reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's... Ooh. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, your last statement proves nothing. Oh really, and why is that? The witness came to the police station once to identify the subject. Suspect, fucking hell. It's entirely possible that at the time an officer showed her this photo. That seems like a rather serious mistake. It's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book. It's not fair. That wicked inmate, I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago, okay. A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death. Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt. Okay. My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful, your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he also forgot the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client, he forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. She's right about that. Mr. Falls is kind of forgetful. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me. That's true, he's clearly a bitter man. This is bad. Mr. Fall's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. We'll add it to the testimony. What's you said just honestly, upon like to add it to the official testimony. Prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to prove that point. We can use it. Don't worry, we got this. Okay, I wasn't wearing a white scarf. Okay. What do you mean by lucky? It's February now, everyone is wearing scarves. If I had accidentally worn a white scarf like you said, then you yourself might have been killed. That would have been a terrible loss for this world. Looks like you pressed too hard this time, kitten. Keep looking around and you're going to lose sight of the finish line. Justice is blind, but she's not deaf. Sometimes you have to know when not to talk. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I think the defense general wants to... Let's just save really quick now we've gone through all of that. You knew about the incident. But weren't you out of the country until the year before last? Well, I saw a report about the escaped convict on the news. They had an in-depth report about the whole story. About his whole history. There we go. So you were still living abroad 5 years ago, is that right? Yes. To get away with these lies. Neck deep in this whole thing. Somehow you're going to have to get her to show the court her true self. Right. So that's the country year before last. Naturally, I didn't know the victim of the defendant. I entered college. Never even been to Eagle Mountain. Stabbed with a knife, started the bridge. Won by the victim, found on the bridge. Taken by the witness, unchanged for 5 years. Confidential report. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Okay, interesting. Lost to Eagle River. Okay. Never even been to Eagle Mountain before. Don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. It's a terrible, horrible monster. Melon! Good to see you, Melon. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. It is good to see you. We're currently trying to disprove this odious, lying scumbag. So they don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. I went to college. So they didn't know any of the victim either. I was out of the country the year before last. Naturally didn't know either the victim or the defendant. Okay. Until I entered college, I'd never even been to Eagle Mountain before. Okay. So okay. So that brings out her true self. So they don't have a reason for wanting to hurt an officer. Right. Let's test out some shit here, chat. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah. We can't say that we can't prove do anything to do with Dahlia yet, because we need to prove she is Dahlia. Young assist victim of the kidnap, fell from the bridge, nobody found. So, holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Guess I'm just lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. Won by the victim at the time of the incident, found on Dusky Bridge. Kidnapping a poor girl. Bomberclad. You knew about that incident. But yeah, the country that fell last. Escaped the news, that in-depth story. Yep. Okay. Well, does she have any comment on Dahlia then? No. We need to contradict something. We need to contradict something, but how? Was wearing a scarf, holding a grudge of killing an officer who testified against you 5 years ago. So they don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Until I entered college, I'd never even been to Eagle Mountain before. Witnessed and photographed the incident on Dusky Bridge. Hold on a second. Taken by the witness, unchanged for 5 years. Bridge located. $2 million gem used to put on some Dahlia. Lost to Eagle River 5 years ago. Never been to Eagle River before, so they don't have any reasons for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge, killing an officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Jesus Christ, this is ironclad shit. I'm struggling to find a contradiction here, chat. Poor girl, I think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Ooh, Bumba. Oh, God, what are we going to do? Search the country until the year before last. Oh, chat, oh, chat, oh, chat. Hint? Yeah. Give us a hint, but obviously don't make it too obvious if you catch my drift. Like, I'm happy to get a hint from the audience, but just make sure you're not telling me what the actual fucking answer is, you know what I mean? Sorry, chat, I'm getting DMs. My apologies. Yep. It's about something she shouldn't know if... Hold on. It's about something she shouldn't know if she wasn't involved. Ooh, okay then. Holding a grudge about killing officer testified a few years ago. Wearing a white scarf. What do you mean by lucky? It's February and everyone's wearing scarves. If I accidentally worn a white scarf like he said. Kidnapping a pearl girl, I think the difference. Shit, that doesn't quite narrow it down, fuck. That doesn't quite narrow it down, Astro. Hold on. There we go. Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification. Oh, you're talking about this scarf right here, eh? That's it, that's the scarf the policewoman was wearing. I've got her now, I just don't mess it up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. White? This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. Oh. Interesting. Well, it was foggy all that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white. Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf. Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but there's only one explanation for the mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... What, she's fucking colorblind? Why did the witness think the scarf was white? Why would she think it's white? Is it to do with the victim's note? I don't know. Why would she think it's white? The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white... Again, she colorblind? I don't know. I'm not seeing a connection here, chat. Why would she think it's white? I don't know. I'm not seeing where this is going. The only way I can kind of guess it's white is like through this picture, but I don't think that's it. It's about something she shouldn't know if she wasn't involved. Okay. What wasn't she involved in? Oh god, what wasn't she involved in? What wasn't she involved in, chat? Oh god. What wasn't she involved in? See, the problem is as well, like, yeah, the stuff she wasn't involved in, but what stuff that she wasn't involved in has been put out in the court now. Like, that's the thing. Like, yeah, the stuff she wasn't involved in, but how much of that is now open for the court record that she has heard? So it's like, yeah, she wasn't part of that, but she's heard it now and she can weave it into her testimony. Or am I thinking too much? Oh god, chat, this is perplexing. She's not colorblind. Okay, good. That's good then. So, okay then. So what is it then? Confidential police materials written by the victim. That's the victim's note. Like, she wasn't part of this. She didn't type this up. This was strictly between Falls and the victim. But this is now out into the court record, so she could have just added this in. Now, we've talked about the white scarf in court, so it's entirely possible she just heard this and is like adding it into her testimony. Oh yeah, like, you know, thank God I didn't wear like a white scarf or something, otherwise that would have been my ass. And the only reason she's saying that is because now she's heard this. Shabada. Is it note? Witness, have you ever seen this note? Note? No, never. It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have. Okay. So clearly I've made the right decision there, but it was a complete fucking guess, I'll be honest. I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Falls' instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification. White scarf? Ah! Witness, you knew what this note said, and it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf. How did you know about the fucking note? Well, Ms. Foster? How did she know about the note? Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public, and yet this witness knew exactly what the note said. Yeah, how? At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one, the other person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another, and finally, one more person. Did you say one more person? That's right, a persona that no one would... Oh, that's fucking right, she's also fucking Dahlia. And Dahlia is expressly fucking mentioned in the note. Fucking goddammit, I completely blindsided that. Fucking, she's Dahlia. Dahlia's mentioned in the fucking note. Yeah, she would have been part of it. Completely fucking blindsided myself to that one. Just completely caught me off on that one. Have you figured it out, kitten? Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was... And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Take to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. What's this? So who is this person, this Dahlia Hawthorne? Sigh. Miss Fey must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. Pardon me? The dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Funny you say that, Edgeworth. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls. My apologies once more, chat. You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell out of Dusky Bridge. When she fell off of, Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. Okay. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead. Okay. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she was still alive, she'd be 19 now, Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are. Here we go, chat. Even you couldn't. Miss Fey, you're not saying... But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Here we go, chat. Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist. I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now is my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm. Witness, just who are you anyway? Maybe that's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Yes, I understand. What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You don't mean... Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. 1 second. It's just the gaffer and the dog. Ugh. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses. What did he say? Ha! It looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go. He knew her true identity from the get-go. There we go. Right. No way. But then why? If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. But I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well. But, well, as you can see... Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Sure, she was. Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of the victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder? Really, Ms. Fey, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to... in order to win at any cost. There we go. I knew that was going to go somewhere. How dare you? Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Fey must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Fey, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Big shiny rock, Your Honor. Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned around on me. I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. Ah, that wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict. I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. I am sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course, aren't I? No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me? Sigh, the rashness of youth, how charming. It's coming from someone younger than me. Edgeworth is so arrogant. Now then, let's not waste any more time, Ms. Fey. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? Diamond. What is this? Is this the defense's idea of a joke? So I certainly don't get the punchline. Well, Miss Fey? Oh, that was the rashness of youth. Is it not the diamond, then? The witness stayed hidden for 5 years, kitten. There must be a good reason for that. And somehow it must involve Valerie Hawthorne. Time Mia, you gotta read the court record more. I thought it was the fucking diamond. That's what we were angling at. Is that any time, Miss Fey? What motive would the witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? One by the victim, taken by the victim 5 years ago, photo of the trunk of the false car. See, I can't take any more risks because fucking... I'm down to just like the smidge of chances I've got now, so I don't want to try anything else. The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia, tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie, to keep her mouth shut permanently. Ooh. A terrific story, Miss Fey, if you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Fey. What was this secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Here we go, now it's the diamond. Go. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. People are setting up fireworks again. Oh, God. Can no one just fucking, if they're setting off fireworks, just accidentally suffer a terrible injury? That would be really delightful, you know? There's nothing to celebrate, cunts. You're just setting shit off to look at the flashing lights. In which case, I recommend you stick your fucking heads in a fire. Y'all can hear that, right? Appears to have stopped now. Wonderful. But for how long? Right. Such is the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Ugh. Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us of, once more, my little maple leaf? I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia, but this will be the last time you hide between your womanly wiles. There we go. 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister, Valerie, brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money, so I decided to change my identity and start a new life. Interesting. The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe, after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor. As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination. Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again. If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We've still got that info, that ace up our sleeve. I say again, you all hear that, right? Judging by the flashes in the sky, I think they're in the park again. Oh God, people should not be able to buy fireworks, chat. The average person should not be able to buy fireworks. Like, if you buy fireworks just to set off, not even for any kind of event, you're no better than just someone who likes jingling keys. You're just someone who's no better than someone who just finds jingling keys like entertaining. Like, it's fucking, the average person should not be allowed to buy a fucking explosive item like just willy-nilly. It's fucking ridiculous. If you genuinely like fireworks to the point you're going to buy them outside of like an official holiday or season or whatever, you're a drooling moron. Right. Come on, kitten. Don't say you've already forgotten. There we go. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. Yep, true. That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us in the lobby. I do anything she says, anything Dahlia says. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yep, me and Dahlia and Valerie too. They were going to split the diamond 3 ways. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. 5 years ago. Right, so what do we have for evidence? So, $2 million gem. Okay. Younger sister, fell into the bridge, nobody found. My client. Key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. Ransom price. Right, so we need to question all of this. You say you were... Did you and Mr. Falls have a relationship? Thank you for the hi, Joe Tween. Yes, as a tutor. You were tutoring him, Mr. Falls? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Falls came to the house to tutor me. That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. He probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in the jewellery trade and are quite wealthy, you see. Quite clever. Did I hear him right? Did he just call Mr. Falls a clever fellow? Can't be right. The price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. 1 second. Right here. My cat. Come on. There you go, boy. Goodbye, Simon. Are you coming up again? He's a good boy. Yeah, you just headbutt the mic as you do. Do you wish to speak to the people, Piccolo? Apologies for this, chat. Do bear with me. I do apologize. Hi. Apologies, chat. Sorry, I meant DMs as well, chat. I apologize. Right. Just knocked over one of the dinosaur session men. Right, where's the mouse gone? Where have you? There it is. It's behind your keister. Go. Thank you. Right. Pardon me, chat. I apologize. Right. So this is a rare diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. There we go. Sorry about that delay. I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million. $2 million? It was still uncut, so it was about the size... Excuse you? It was about the size of a pint of milk. About $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about that. The defendant demanded that her sister Valerie make the exchange, not as a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange there on the mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape. There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. Goodbye, Sissyman. What a wickedly clever man Mr. Falls is. Yeah, right. It was your plan. Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain and... After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That was a dangerous thing to do considering you were being held hostage. Yes, but actually that saved my life. What do you mean? You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. So Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment. Yes, Sashiman, can I help you? Also, is your keister on the keyboard again? Well, when Mr. Falls was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try and run away, but Mr. Falls tried to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin. A bloodthirsty grin? Oh. And in the next instant... Whee! Oh, just grumbly sassy man. I'm going to have to dehair the keyboard again because of you. I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. Then just one little shove from behind, and that was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. Damn it, Tashi. 1 second, chat. Oh god. There we go. Right. Try not to press any buttons, buddy, okay? Good boy. Right. Anthony tried shoving me off the bridge behind me. Survived, but I was afraid I might forget it. Okay, right. And that's why you hid your identity? Yes. I only told my sister, Valerie Hawthorne, eh? Yeah, she's the only one who knew about me. Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years. I didn't ever want something like this to happen to me again. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right? Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of. That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all of the paperwork would have been impossible. She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I killed her? There's no way I could. It's the moment of truth for the witness, too. Once the truth about the staged kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. Good grief. Just got to prove that the kidnapping was a hoax. So 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. Ransom price was a raw diamond. Brought to the bridge. She made the exchange. Shot Falls in the arm. And tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. Shoving off the bridge from behind. Where were they stood? Stood there, with their backs to the water. So I don't think he could have shoved her off the bridge. Hold on. I don't think he could have shoved her off the bridge. Their backs were to the to the drop. There we go. Nailed it. You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I should have said, that's hard to believe. Oh, I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible. Impossible? I ask that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in the last 5 years. There we go. If someone had pushed you from behind, as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. There we go. Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference. There we go. Bit more progress, chat. You're right, if the events occurred just as the witnesses testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? You see... Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge. What do you mean? After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. Nope, couldn't have done that. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct? Nope, because there's a bunch of fucking rope and wire and shit covering that side of things, so... Go. Now that you mention it, I do remember now when I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious. She can't be serious. Fucking, it's ridiculous. Order in the court. It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion. Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault. What? I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible. Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. Let's try that. Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there. Damn straight, we're getting there, chat. We are fucking getting there. But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over. So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm. And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. We're getting there. So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible. He's lying on the floor now. What is the meaning of this? Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What is this? Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current, but even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river. Oh, then what was it? What was so important that she'd want to jump into the river? The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. Diamond. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond. Raw! It can't be. Yes, Dahlia had it planned from the beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. There we go. Takes the shot. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked safely in her backpack. Why, that's simply ridiculous. We're getting there. Bit by bit. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? This woman is a demon, and there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. I'm going to touche once again, chat. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. At a break in 1 minute, chat. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister, Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do. Planning to do? She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. God damn. Hee hee. Oh god, here we go again. Yep, there we go. Forgive me, it's just hilarious. Witness, is that you? You amuse me, woman, Ms. Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Right, it's time for the ad break, chat. Everyone knows the drill. And we are back. Let us crack on, chat. You can certainly weave an exciting tale, naturally. You have evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14 I plotted it with Mr. Falls and my sister. Well, and one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that... Well, Miss Faye, I don't know. Going to save... What a joke. You, Miss Faye. Are you stupid or something? How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions, however I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense. Of course you are. Is this it? Is it really over? That girl has made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it. Ha! Without evidence the trial is over? Who decided that? Mr. Armando? Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can always make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony. Testimony? On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fall's stolen car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who can testify to that demon woman's crimes? Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls. The defendant? There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Let me just check something, chat, really quickly. Right, cool. Right. Only person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Falls. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring in the defendant to the witness stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it, no way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia very much is alive, and you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago, on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne, or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other. Terry. Dahlia? It's true. You are alive. You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad. Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you. This woman's gonna mess with him. I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing that I will say. Yeah, she switched. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. Dahlia? Yeah, she's messing with a mentally ill man, folks. I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and only once. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness? Gah! Eek! I'm sorry. I apologize. Water, please. Water. I can't talk. Need water. Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitter than hell itself. Very mentally confused men. However, chat, we're gonna have to save his testimony for Friday, because it is midnight, and so it is time to call it there for today. You'll just have to see what happens with that particular case on Friday. So book it in your calendars. You know what time it is as well, chat? It's time to hit the music. There we go. Right, folks, that's us for today. We'll be back tomorrow, presumably in the afternoon, maybe later, because as you can see there, the whiteboard is down, and hopefully come tomorrow I should have some shelves up. So I may have to delay tomorrow's stream to the evening whilst I build the next shelf and the gaffer helps me get it up. So yes, so hopefully come tomorrow you should see a couple nice shelves up there with some tabletop miniatures on it. So I will see you all on Friday for the next Phoenix Wright, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the next stage of our Bravely Default stream. So everybody take care, chill out, rest up, enjoy your day, enjoy your night, get a snack, stay hydrated, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye, everybody.